Hello everyone, my name is Alfredo Arzola and I'll be talking to you about my MYP project. My MYP project consists of three things: my process journal, my written report, and my presentation. All these three things will talk about my topic, and my topic is something I like to call math psychology. And math psychology to me is actually the interaction between people and math, and how they actually go together, and how we are able to perceive it and retain all the different ideas and concepts from math itself. And the way I wanted to look about this was to pick one, I guess, universal struggle that many people have, and which is, again, retaining this information and all the concepts and ideas from math and being able to put them to use in real world scenarios or in any given situation. And I feel like people are able to do this by understanding math, while there's others that memorize math to do this. And again, my project will be about math psychology, looking into the debate or the conflict between understanding math and memorizing math. And I got this concept from people at school always complaining about them not liking math or how it's too hard for them to understand. But for me, I've always liked math, and I've always been able to understand it pretty quickly, and it has always come easy to me. So I wanted to look again into this and see how it all works, or why it even becomes an issue. And first, I did this by looking up this issue, the understanding versus memorizing. And there has been many professors and teachers who have written blogs or anything about these two concepts or techniques and how they actually interact with each other and how they butt heads a lot. Okay, so what I like to explain to people about this, I guess, topic is that understanding is more looking at a concept and knowing why it happens and how it happens and everything made from it, while memorizing is just looking at a lesson or a concept that you were taught and then just repeating it over and over until you form connections or you summarize this concept for you to then later on look at it and be able to know what it is without actually understanding why it is and how you got there. Okay, so my presentation again will consist of my resources and everything that I have found put into one, and being able to present this to you guys and to everyone else. Again, in order to find, I guess, my own results or my own data, I got students together and I tried to see how they saw this and how they perceived this idea. First I actually took a poll, and this poll consisted of 30 students, but at the end I only managed to get 27 because 3 didn't really work out. So out of these 27 students, I asked them which one they preferred, understanding or memorizing a lesson or a concept, or mathematical, of course, lesson or concept. And many actually chose understanding over memorizing, but there were very few that decided to throw in their own little sections or their own little ideas, which was repetition and then using both understanding and memorizing. And then I looked into that as well, and repeating something over and over until it is engraved in your mind is sort of like memorizing, but instead of memorizing something for the sake of it, you're actually repeating it consistently, which is not even understanding what it says, but more just retaining the information and not getting anything that it's talking to you about. It's just that if you keep telling yourself that person's name is that, and you just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it, it will stay in your brain, but you will never understand how you got there and why it's like. From everything that I actually found out, I would say that my project actually ran pretty smoothly, and I was able to get everything I needed, my research done, my student interaction, my global context, everything put together into one clean presentation in an organized manner. But it wasn't really like that at the beginning. I actually did run into some conflicts, and this conflict was actually getting a topic to talk about, and for me to be passionate enough and interested enough for me to continue this and not just put it aside like many students did. These conflicts that I ran into were basically again talking about my topic. And at first I actually wanted to create a YouTube channel like this video that will be on YouTube, but I want to, I guess, give self-help and talk to students or just anyone that was willing to listen about any issue that they had about anything. And I would be their listening ear and I guess the guide for them. Give them some support, give them some acknowledgement, and make them seem that you are being heard and that I'm here for you. But that was a bit difficult to begin with. So then my advisor advised me, hence the name, to look into something that I really liked. And since I really liked math, and I had this question about why students kept thinking that it was too hard, I later decided that I would do a self-help YouTube channel, which would be consisted of videos that would talk about how a certain math problem would be done, or me explaining different websites where students or anyone could go to get this help required for them to understand math. And yes, I liked that concept and I really felt passionate about it, but then again there was more conflict based off of how I would get that sources and if those sources were I guess able to give people the help they needed. So after struggling to find a topic to do, my advisor told me about this understanding and memorization, how like they butt heads and how it's a universal concept that many people have been researching and talking about. So then that got me interested in wanting to do it as well. And now in conclusion, what I learned about this whole concept and this whole project is that you are able to help people and do anything you want to as long as you put your mind to it. And again, with me not having a topic to do, and then after figuring out what I wanted to do and pursuing that goal of completing my whole project, now I'm here, I'm able to finish it and I guess introduce this new information to the world and not just to my to presenters. And I would like to advise anyone to, yes, do this project, and then you'll see what you are capable of and what you are actually interested in, which will help you throughout your whole career, throughout your whole life, and help you do whatever you want. And this is my MYP project, Alfredo Orzola, understanding versus memorizing, and I'm done. Thank you, goodbye.